Okay, in this first problem, you're trying to show what would be a sufficient amount of information to be able to prove these triangles DAC and DBC are isosceles, and so one of the critical piece of information for this process or proof is step A, by showing that the two angles at A are congruent to each other. That helps us be able to prove these triangles are not only are they isosceles, but also congruent. So answers are A, C, and E. That is enough information to be able to prove that. In problem 5, again, very similar to the last set of problems. In problem A here, you have two angles and they include sides. We're talking about angle, side, angle. Two sides and three pairs of congruent sides. These shows two, but they do have that shared side. So that side's congruent to itself. That gives me the third piece of information. So number 1 and B go together. And C, we're looking at two sides and include angle. And so we're looking at side, angle, side here. So number 3 is goes with C. Problem 6, for some reason the copy machine did not copy off the choices on the next page for me, but the answers are B, D, and E. Again, if you mark the picture based on the information that's provided, so A and E would have the same angle measurement, B and D, C and F. A, B, the first two letters would be marked the same as ED. B, C, the last two letters would be marked the same way as line segment DF. So if you mark those pictures, then you can look through the list and decide which ones are accurate, which ones are inaccurate. So again, B, D, and E are the correct answers. In lesson 7, problem 5 is real similar to a previous problem as well. So you're asking if all triangles have at least one side that's 5, is that sufficient to say the triangle's congruent? So the answer is no, because I can make one of them look like it's isosceles and make the other one an obtuse triangle. All pentagons with at least one side of 5, so I did one with 2 5s, the other one with 1 5. I made this one here have an angle that's over 180 degrees, which is called a reflex angle, so again, they're not congruent. All rectangles with at least length of 5s, I did a 5 by 3 and a 5 by 7, so again, those rectangles would not be the same. And the last one's a square, and this one works. You have all the sides will be the same, all the angles are the same. Generally, if we're looking for a real quick way of being able to prove two shapes are going to be the same with just like one piece of information, regular polygons is going to be the best choice here. So like equilateral triangles, if I know one side, all the sides are the same. The angles are always 60. If I know a square, I know all the angles are 90s if it's regular, which it is. And then having one side, I know all the sides are equal. If it's a pentagon, I have, going back to this one, if it's a regular pentagon, then it means all the angles are the same number. And if I just have one number, then all the sides will also remain the same. So regular shapes is really the key shape here. If I just have one piece of information related to length. And then I went ahead and did problem 7 because I was asked about it in the previous class. So they're asking to figure out what length is the same as CA. So CA, CB, and CD, they're all radii. And I went ahead and talked about BA and BD here as well, the radii. So CA, I'm looking for CB and CD, and CB is in the list, but CD is not, but the answer is letter C, because again, they're radii of the same circle. All right, that's it for lessons 6 and 7. The next video will address answers for 8 and 9. Again, I would encourage you, if there's any problems in here you want to talk about, want to make sure you talk about on Tuesday next week, please send me a message through Canvas so that I'm aware of the problems you'd like to talk about so I can prepare for that discussion on Tuesday.